This video is the makeup meeting for the 9:15 new teacher meeting that was held at Crestview Elementary Cafeteria for Waco ISD Succeed. Today we're going to talk about what the expectations are for the mentor. We're going to talk about building relationships as it relates to building relationships with your students, but also resources for helping to build the relationship with your campus mentor. Then we'll talk to you about the Google Classroom platform. Make sure you have access, show you some of the additional resources being provided there. And then we'll talk about the upcoming assignments and the remainder of the upcoming face-to-face meetings. So again, this is that makeup session. We'll always offer a makeup session in an online format, but we always recommend and encourage you to make time to come to those face-to-face meetings so you can have time to meet and talk with and collaborate with your fellow new teachers across the district. So just a few weeks ago, we met with our mentor teachers and we provided them this definition of what a mentor is. And I've taken time to bold out some of the key points from this statement there in the last sentence. As a mentor, they should be dependable, they should be engaged in this process through the Waco ISD Succeed program, they should be authentic, and they should be tuned into the needs of you, the mentee or the new teacher. Now, we want to continue to encourage with our campus mentors that they're always available to you guys and just to be engaged in this process. Our goal is that the Succeed program is beneficial to both you as the new teacher, but also helps to build and grow the mentor teacher as well over the course of the year. The expectations for the mentors were meet consistently with you as the new teacher. The hope is that many of you are paired with a mentor that serves on the same grade level or in the same subject area. So hopefully you could share the same conference period. We know also that in many cases that is not true. So we have emphasized to our mentors the importance of making time to meet with the new teachers on a consistent basis. So we want to make sure that that is taking place. We also talked about their expectation to complete their assignments and submit them on time, but also to sit down with you as the new teacher and help you work through those assignments as well. The program is not intended to be a documentation only piece. The assignments were designed to promote conversation between you and the mentor and kind of guide those conversations around important details as a first-year teacher. We also laid out the expectations that they attend their face-to-face meetings, and then also, again, just to be available. We know the key to this entire process is the relationship that you share with your campus mentor and how they can support you throughout the course of this first year. So overall, the role is promote the growth and development of the beginning teacher and ultimately to improve student learning. The impact of the mentor's role is ultimately to help you be the most successful teacher you can be in this first year, and that success is defined by yourself, but also to help impact student learning in your classroom. At the beginning of the year, during new teacher induction, one of the first lead-off videos I showed you was a TED Talk with Dr. Rita Pearson. And to lead off her video, one of the first quotes she brought out was from Dr. James Comer, was no significant learning occurs without a significant relationship. Now, when we talk about building relationships during this meeting, we talked about both your ability to build relationships with your students in the classroom, but then I'm also going to show you a few resources that I provided the mentor teachers for helping to build the relationship that you share between new teacher and mentor as well. So the following two slides have just a few suggestions on things to do on a regular basis. We had a lot more conversations with one another in collaboration during the face-to-face meeting, but we'll just kind of touch base on these quickly. Some suggestions to help build those positive relationships in your classroom: greeting your students at the door, or greeting your students outside at the car drop-off, or greeting students and wishing students off at the end of the day. Great opportunities to build those positive relationships. Using the students' names as we're moving towards the 6th week of the school year. You've learned their names. You've learned the names of students across the school. Use proximity. Be close to your students. Move and interact. Have those one-on-one conversations. Positive phone calls or positive notes home. You'll be surprised how often parents are shocked when they get a phone call that states from Waco ISD, only to have it turn out to be a positive and not a negative. Attend the extracurricular activities and find those things that students are truly interested in. Care enough to notice that your students are absent or when they're absent. That could be due to sickness, could be to being placed in different locations or alternative locations. Any number of reasons that students could be absent. Take the time to notice and let them know that they were missed and that you're excited to have them back. Listen to announcements for your students' achievements, and always use recognition and reinforcements throughout the course of the year and be consistent with those with all of your students. Now I want to show y'all this short clip, or a portion of this clip. I've also attached this video in your Google Drive that I'll show you here in just a minute in Google Classroom, but it's just a great video, kind of builds on that concept of relationships.
This one, I want you to work together on this one because we're taking a quiz afterwards, and if you're still having... So I'm asking all the teachers to take pictures of things that are important to them, and you are very important to me. You make me want to come to school every day. Take pictures of things that are important to them, and you're important to me. You're one of the reasons that I want to come to school every day. And so,
of things that we love and things that inspire us. So you are one of the reasons that I come to school every day.
I chose you because you mean a lot to me and you're really important to me. So, I wanted to take your picture. Okay?
Take a photo of a student that really inspires us to be a better teacher.
I chose you because you mean an awful lot to me, and I wanted you to know that. So, I was wondering if it was okay if I could take your picture.
I think it's amazing to watch in just those few moments of that clip the reactions of the students when the teacher just takes a few moments out of their day to tell them how important they are to them and what that means to them as a teacher to come to work each and every day to work with them. So I wanted to provide that for you guys. It's a great uplifting video. It's a great reminder of why we are doing what we do each and every day, and it's really fun to share that with your mentor teachers as well, as they did not have an opportunity to see that. In all relationships, one makes deposits to and withdrawals from the other individual in that relationship. These are words of Stephen Covey. As we know, we make positive deposits throughout the course of the year. Those positive comments, those recognitions, those reinforcements, all of those positive interactions are great. But we also know that there's going to be times that in those relationships you're going to have to correct, you're going to have to redirect. And those are going to be withdrawals from the positive deposits that you've made in those relationships. And what we did during the face-to-face meeting is took time with a table group to talk about what type of deposits you can make with your students. And we really wanted you to reflect upon, are you making more withdrawals or more deposits on a daily basis with your students? It doesn't take much to make the deposits, but it does take the time and the recognition of those moments when you have them. So please just always think, am I making more deposits or more withdrawals with my students? Now, during our mentor meeting, we talked a little bit more about building the relationship between mentor and new teacher, and we provided them with several tools that are really kind of enjoyable to go through. One of them was the Don Lowry's True Colors personality test. If you ever taken any type of personality test, it basically helps to identify certain key characteristics based on a short kind of examination. So the True Colors personality test looks something like this. I've provided a sample of this for you in your Google Drive. It's a really fun activity to go through and kind of help identify some characteristics of yourself. And that can help you when you look at the personality identified by your mentor teacher as well, in viewing what could be some personality conflicts, what are some ways that you can better work with one another to have a more meaningful and successful year and more successful relationship as new teacher and campus mentor. From that, I've also provided some additional resources that describe the different colors as you go through your results, that provide you some additional insights into those different characteristics based on the True Colors personality test. From the True Colors personality test, we then talked about a piece called generational trends. Generational trends is just information provided as generalizations about the different generational information based on what your label is on year you were born. Now, this does not mean that if your birth date was in between the years that you fall within that generational category and fall completely in line, but these are just some overall general characteristics based on gentrends.com. And it's another interesting talking point if you were to bring this out with your mentor teacher and kind of go through and look at some of the different aspects of what to remember about the different generations and what to do, or what some suggestions are when you are working with someone from a different generation. We also talked about stages of concern, which deals with the different stages as a new teacher that we all went through in our first year. What you have to remember is every teacher remembers that first year, and we all remember the different stages we went through. And so this was another neat tool that can provide you with another set for conversation with your mentor teacher. So what I want to do now is just take a moment. I've provided a Google form for sign-in so you can receive credit for attending or viewing this makeup session. So if you take just a moment and go to this URL, when you type in that URL, it should bring up this document here. All you need to do to receive credit is type in your full 8-digit employee ID number. If you're not signed in to your Waco ISD Google account, it will ask you to sign into that. If you try to sign into a personal Google account, it's going to tell you that you do not have access. So again, you should see your first class email, full email address when you sign into the Google form. Once you type your ID, just hit submit, and then you can go back to watching the video. Next piece we want to talk about briefly is the Google Classroom platform. At this time, we have a little over 170 participants within the Google Classroom, so I feel like we're getting close to our full capacity of all new teachers and mentor teachers. We still have a few left, so I want to make sure that if you do not have access, that you can access the Google Classroom either through this link. Now remember, again, you must be on your Waco ISD Google account. If you have not signed up for that, it's simply google.wacoisd.org, and you can sign up for that account. It uses your same Active Directory information, your full Waco ISD email, and your Active Directory password. If it happens to ask you for the class code, there is the class code bolded there at the bottom. If you're unable to gain access in that manner, just email me, patrick.upmore@wacoisd.org, and I will send you an invite directly to the classroom. So this is what the Google Classroom platform looks like. Again, the stream is your main page. You can see here all of the main assignments. I've also posted here the makeup meeting for the mentor, and you will be accessing this video, or had accessed this video, through the Google Classroom platform. And you can also see that I've posted here the discussion that will be due at the end of next week, discussion 1 on September 30th. And then there's links to all the different assignments. Now what I've tried to do is also create those assignments specific to topics. So as a new teacher, if you want to see the assignments that pertain to you, if you click new teacher under topics, those assignments will come up. And you'll see here we had assignment 1, 2. These were actually submitted in Eduphoria, so don't worry if it says you're not done. It just means that they were not clicked in inside the Google Classroom platform. But you did submit it in Eduphoria, and I'll post that information there. You also see the observation form that will be coming up here shortly, which is basically a short classroom observation of hopefully your mentor teacher or another teacher that y'all identify if you don't have the same conference period. As we go back to the main platform, you can also view the other students in the class. And you also have this About menu that gives you access to the Google Drive folder, which is where all of the information from this meeting is stored. There is a folder in here called New Teacher, and you can see here the 9:15 meeting. Here's all the information from that meeting being posted. You also have access to the calendar, which shows you all the due dates and all the face-to-face meetings that are yet to come. Again, if you have any questions accessing Google Classroom, please do not hesitate to send me an email, and we'll get you loaded into the system because it really is a great way to communicate, and the next couple assignments are going to be done through the Google Classroom platform. We also talk about Eduphoria, and most of the assignments, or all of the assignments, are available through Google Classroom, but you do have access to the face-to-face meetings. The sign-in sheets or attendance is in Eduphoria in Workshop, so you can access that through the Waco ISD Succeed Teacher Mentoring Program or straight through the Workshop platform to sign up for those face-to-face meetings. So far in the program, you have all mostly completed assignments 1 and 2. If you have not, that's okay. They're still open. Assignment 1 is the identification of key campus personnel, and assignment 2 is your classroom management plan, processes, and procedures. Now, these assignments you should be completing with the help of your campus mentor. And then the next few assignments coming up are Discussion 1 and Observation 1, which are both going to be accessed through the Google Classroom platform. If we step right back, Google Classroom has the discussion posted directly on its main stream. If you click on the discussion, at first you will not be able to see the answers of the other students. You will simply see the question, and then once you place your answer or add a comment to the class, you'll then have access to view and reply to all of the other students, which are the mentors and new teachers across the district. So it's a great way to utilize the same platform in your classroom. But again, once you answer, you'll have access to view and reply to all of the other students in the classroom as well. Observation 1, again, was also linked here. If you go down, you'll see observation for new teacher. This is the observation that you'll complete and submit. All you have to do is click on the form, and you'll see you're basically looking at a very simple form where you describe the lesson and activity, observation notes, and then the length of your walkthrough, along with the timing of the observation and the teacher's email address of who you completed the walkthrough for. So really, you're just taking observations. We want to highlight, we always strive for 3 areas of reinforcement to 1 area of refinement or growth. So you really want to target looking for those positive pieces, and it's a great way to give feedback to our mentor teachers as well, who rarely get viewed in the classroom or get feedback from their peers. So it's a really cool tool. It's a great opportunity for you to be in their classroom and see some of the activities that take place. You can learn a lot just by observing other teachers. The upcoming meetings for the year, we have one in November the 10th, called Keeping the Holidays Happy. We'll then meet again in February the 23rd, and then we'll wrap up the year in May on May the 18th. So you can see we only have 3 additional face-to-face meetings. We tried to front load the program as the second semester gets extremely busy. We don't want to make this program a burden. We want you to enjoy the process, enjoy your time with your colleagues and peers. And so we have these 3 opportunities. And again, if you're unable to attend a face-to-face meeting, we will provide an online version or makeup session that you can access through the Google Classroom platform. For additional information on the Waco ISD Succeed program, you can always access the curriculum website. If you have not been on the curriculum website, under professional development, there is a full page dedicated to the Waco ISD Succeed Teacher Mentoring Program. There you will find access to a print guide if you want a print version of all the assignments along with the face-to-face meetings. You can also find access to the Google Classroom here. There is a Google Plus community as well for Waco ISD Succeed. Access to the calendar again, along with any additional resources you might need and links to the assignments. If you have any additional questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. My name is Patrick Upmore. Or if you're at the secondary campus, don't hesitate to stop Jeremy Kidd or Mary Keller and ask them any questions that you need. We appreciate all you do as a new teacher in Waco ISD. We hope you're having a wonderful first 6 weeks of this school year, and we hope to continue to support you in any way possible.